So this is going to be the wall, 2 windows. That's okay.
Perfect. That way I can put my sink on one side and my potting bench on the other. It may look sunny out here, but it's 27 degrees. See if you can help him find a sock and some shoes.
You got socks?
No.
Wilder, do you want to go out by Grandma?
No.
Okay, then you gotta get your boots on.
No.
Yeah, then you can't go out by Grandma.
No.
You're done with your hair? Good. Can you bring me a ponytail holder?
Yeah. Mama.
Now we put on this baby.
Do you have a rubber band?
I'm gonna take over the video.
Are you taking over my video?
Bye. I'm gonna take the camera.
Okay, ready?
You're silly.
There. Hey, we're up
It's
here.
really. What color is that?
What color is this?
Yeah.
Clear. I love this color right, and I just need to protect it because you guys are going to get it so dirty. All right, can I do your hair real quick? Come here. Roll over here. Do you even ever wear shoes anymore, or just these skates?
I don't know.
No, you're
I
3.
think all you wear is skates. High or low?
Here. Last part.
Hot. So I can see my baby.
I love when I can see your face.
Every time you're doing a video, I pick hot.
You always pick high for videos? Good. We'd love to see your face.
All right, Mommy's ready.
I want.
Oh, you look so good, Wilder.
I'm gonna
Can you
get
help him get out the front door?
I'm gonna get mascara.
Grandma went outside without him.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
This will be here. Closer.
Be
All right. Ooh, that's a wild one. I love it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Stand back. I know the whole COVID-19 thing has been really rough on a lot of families, but one particular family that's been hit really, really hard is our dollhouse family. Our dollhouse family consists of one giant blended family. I actually had to order 2 sets in order to get a family large enough, and it's mainly the fathers in this family that are having problems. One dad has simply up and left the family. We don't know where he went. The other dad, I can't tell you what happened to him, but he must have went on some kind of a, he's going through some kind of a midlife crisis, and he's done this to his hair. So today my job, before I can go out and take care of the chicks, is to repair his hair. That involves a little bit of glue. Oh. A little bit of glue, and I think I can stick him back in place and he won't look quite so wild. There we go. All right, Reagan, this dad might be out of commission for the day, but tomorrow, tomorrow he should be back in order, all prim and proper. And with any luck, your other dad will show up. I'm not sure what kind of a family this is.
You are the one that ordered it.
I am the one that ordered them, but I just wasn't sure quite what the storyline behind them would be. I guess for now he could be a polygamist and have several wives.
I'm happy that you needed you.
But when the other dad shows back up, I don't know. What will be a polyamorous family maybe?
Mom.
Or maybe just a couple of families that have banded together through the hard times and are homesteading together. I probably need to build them a barn. So far, they've got a lovely house, but no barn. Maybe that'll be in the works next week. Spilled vinegar on my hand. A little bit of apple cider vinegar into that chick water. Again, good for their guts.
I don't want it to smell of vinegar.
I love that smell. You don't like that smell? You probably won't like it. I didn't like it when I was little, but now I like it.
Do you think I'm gonna like it when I'm older?
Yep.
You love it?
I don't know if I love it, but I like it. So it was pretty cold last night. It got down to, I think, like 26 or 27 degrees. I have a lot of confidence in those chicks though. I'm not too worried about how they did overnight. We'll bring them some fresh water and some food. Stop by and see how the greenhouse is coming along. Scott's been out there since about 6 a.m. He's building all of the walls on the ground, and then I think he'll use a little team to lift them up and tack them in place. He was making great progress yesterday until we broke the nailer. And then we had to run to Menards, because if you live in Wisconsin and you need anything, that's where you go, to Menards. So I had to run to Menards and get a nailer and a couple more 2x4s, because you always run out of 2x4s. Ooh, that water is hot, that's not good. So that ate up a bunch of our time yesterday evening, but now we've got enough stuff that we should be able to get everything up. I was really disappointed though when Scott told me that a bunch of my windows that I had brought over there and carefully painted got broke. So I guess having 6 boys who play outside all the time is not a good match for a bunch of fragile antique windows sitting in the yard. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that. Of course, the budget does not allow for me to go to the glass shop and get a bunch of pieces of glass cut to size. So either I'm gonna have to use some plexiglass, buy it and cut it, or I'm going to have to just use some of that shrinky window film stuff that people in old drafty farmhouses put over their windows.
And you have to let me find it, no, hold a chick.
I have to let you hold a chick. Okay, that doesn't really fit there, but sure. Or maybe I can look at some of the other scrap pieces of glass I have and get some kind of a glass cutter. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. So that's that. All right, here we go. Still cold outside, still under 30 degrees, but this has to be done. I'm dreading it. Let's go, Rick. Are you ready to go out? Get dressed. The lacrosse team is already at it this morning. Apparently they YouTubed some lacrosse tips. They've never actually played before, but somebody out of boredom decided to order a lacrosse kit. I am really not good at filming myself and walking and carrying a bucket. Tommy? These chickens look hungry. Did you bring them scraps this morning? There's a huge bucket of scraps in the kitchen. Later, bring that for them, okay? You can even dump it out here for them. Tommy's feeding all his chickens.
Were you talking about the scraps?
No, you need to bring me the chick grit out of the van. 40 or 50 pound bag. All right, let's go say good morning, Reagan.
It's so cold. Is it warm on you?
It's not really warm in here now. This is my water from yesterday. Pretty much frozen. Let's deal with chickies first because they're impatient.
See if I'm stuck in the light. If I'm stuck in the light, Mom.
You'll get your turn in a minute.
But that one
All right.
has 2 chickens out.
Can you be the door holder today? This is an important job. You can't let it slam down, okay?
Okay.
You gotta be careful because these hook on here. There we go. Okay. Don't hold it any higher. That's perfect. Right there. All right, I'll start with waters. chicks, you can either order, I know, you don't want to be the models today. You can either order what's called straight run, which is what we did, or you can order all males or all females. And sometimes you'll see the females called pullets. It's more expensive to order sexed chicks because somebody has to go through the process of sexing them, where if you just order straight run, what it means is you're going to get a variety of males and females, so probably close to 50% of each. Since these are meat birds and they'll be processed at about 8 weeks, doesn't really matter to us whether they're males or females. But one thing you do notice is the males grow much faster than the females. So although on day one I couldn't tell the difference, now I can look in there and know that it's probably hard for you to tell, but this guy is much, much larger than this girl here. So this is probably a rooster, and this one here is probably a female. Because we're butchering at 8 weeks, it won't really matter. I know. It won't really matter whether they're male or female. The females will be a little bit smaller, like I said, but that's actually okay because when I go down and pick out a chicken from the freezer, depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I want a smaller chicken or a larger chicken. The smaller ones fit into the Instant Pot much better than a large frozen one. Not quite yet, almost done. So anyway, that's the difference. Getting large and fat, staying a little bit smaller. But I do want to show you her wings.
I smell like a cock.
Yeah. So on day one, they were complete little yellow fluff balls. By day 2 and 3, they were starting to get one row of feathers, and there's already a noticeable difference now. You can see she has got 2, stretch out your wing for me. She has got 2 rows of wing feathers now. So just feathering out super fast. These chickens grow like you would not believe. All right, you're all done. You want to go back to eating and drinking? I know, here. So this is what chick grit looks like. It is just little, holy moly, Regan. No more food like that. It's just little rocks. So what we're gonna do today, since they're new to this, is I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top of their food. By sprinkling it on top of their food, I'm guaranteed that they're going to get some of it. Versus if I just put it in a dish on the side, I'm not 100% sure they will. And again, this is vital for their digestion. Regan,
Hi.
no more feed. And that's not chick grit, Regan, that's chick feed that you've got there. Okay. Everybody should have enough grit left. It's only going to be up to 37 today, so we are going to put their towels back on. Good morning, my patient Saramas. How are we? Just as soon as it warms up, which in Wisconsin in April, it's hard to say when that's going to be, I want these guys outside. The Saramas do not need to be indoors once it gets above, I would say like consistently above 40, 45 degrees. That being said, they don't have an enclosure to go out into, so we have to build them something. And the plan that we're actually going to, the enclosure that we're going to be building is actually a plan from Justin Rhodes, from the Justin Rhodes YouTube channel. It is called the Chickshaw, and it's designed so that one person, that's super important to me, one person can pick it up and move it wherever they need to go. And these guys are going to be working in my garden for me. So they'll be tilling different areas and acting as my organic pest control when I need them to. So they're going to be moving around a lot. And I'm probably, myself or one of my kids, going to be moving them. I do not want a setup, we've had this in the past, where 2 people are required. Because sometimes getting 2 strong people available at the same time on this farm is next to impossible. So I want to be able to do it myself or have a kid be able to do it by themselves. So therefore, the Chickshaw. One person can pick it up and move it much like a rickshaw, but for chickens. So you know, Chickshaw. So that's the plan on getting the Serrama flock out of here. I'm also going to give them some grit before I leave here. And I'm giving them a handful of chick grit. They're not chicks, but it does not really matter. They'll eat it just like they would regular grit. There we go. Okay, cover's back on because I don't like chasing them around in this oat bin. And I'm going to bring in my green bucket that's frozen with ice and get that washed out and ready for tomorrow morning. I'm practicing walking and holding my camera and carrying my bucket. That's a lot of things for me to do at one time. I'm not a good multitasker. Go for it.
What?
I want you to try to convince Alexa to stop.
If there's one thing we've learned.
Scott and I don't really know how to talk to Alexa. All right, what? This is just how tough rhubarb is. This is rhubarb sprouting, coming out. This is snow right here. Get out of here. Not many plants that can handle Wisconsin spring like this, but rhubarb is amazing. Also, if you ever want to know which way is north around here in the spring, all you have to do is look for the remaining snow. Little bit around the north side of my keyhole garden. Alexa, zip it. Are we building a greenhouse or coaching lacrosse? Okay, sorry.
We're gonna lift this up and then we're gonna set it on. We're gonna just tilt it up right now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. So chill out, guys.
Now we're gonna lift it on that wood.
It's an old-fashioned greenhouse raisin.
Is it even?
No. Back.
How's that?
That's about there, but we just gotta put this
And you want it flat to the edge, right?
Yeah.
If it's good there's a little lift here.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, that's really good.
Dad, it's all right here.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Dad,
Is it?
right
Are we
here.
even on this side? Okay, good.
That elephant skin stuff we have in the basement.
We're gonna do what?
How about those chili dogs?
We're gonna have chili dogs in a minute. Oh, I'm so cold.
Is there gonna be normal hot dogs too?
Yeah. All right, Peter, you go help.
Go help!
Oh, help us. Oh,
Mine's really short.
I just got the.
Oh, yo, it's gotta go. Oh shoot.
Yeah, really short.
Oh, I think it's just. Where's my tape measure?
Scott, the bottom of the door. There you go. Yeah. Owen fixed it.
I'm getting back.
Good job.
Hi.
Chow. That's where the.
Do we have a step ladder?
I mean, you can.
A stepmother?
I need a step ladder.
Unfortunately.
Huckleberry, you're holding that whole wall up by yourself.
You ready?
No, Finn, you're holding up your wall, Finn. Don't leave. No.
Okay, there we go.
If the wind blows, you're in trouble.
Kick. Give me one kick, Ev. Leg kick. How are you on your end?
Perfect. Exactly.
There's a.
See how level.
You're the freezing.
32 degrees.
30?
Not greenhouse building weather. The dog has a little problem with the air compressor. A lot of things actually, but the air compressor is one of his worst enemies. We have chili dogs in the house, so it's tempting many of my helpers away. Seriously, he heard chili dog and left. Just Scott and Owen left. Thank goodness we have Owen. Do you need me to come hold it?
I got it.
Oh boy.
You're gonna nail it like right on the edge like that. Just like that.
Open
Okay?
the door.
But I gotta squeeze it first.
Open the door.
Like right here?
Yeah. Not yet though.
Open
Okay.
the door.
Go!
That is so scary. I do not want to do that again.
Open.
It's loud, huh? That is too loud.
Open the door.
What do you think?
Hon, I love it. Just, you love it too? Yeah, you can go in it.
In a way.
You can go in, yep.
You gonna go in?
This is a project that started 2 summers ago when we replaced many of the windows in the old farmhouse. And I saved all the old windows, hoping to be able to use them for a greenhouse one day. Then we had the big remodel the next summer, so we were too busy. But now, this spring, if you can even call this spring, I have collected some more windows off of Craigslist for free, and a bunch of them for really, really cheap from a house that was going to be demoed. And then even some that people were just throwing out. And then once I got a collection big enough and convinced Scott that this is what I needed to get our garden really going this year, he agreed. And we had to start with, well, really we had to start with trimming this apple tree. Had to trim the branches off this apple tree so that they didn't fall on the greenhouse eventually. They were dead. Some of them were dead. And then we had to move the clothesline because that was in the way. We have not put the clothesline back up yet, but that's coming soon. Then Scott put in the foundation down there on the bottom, and we had to haul 2 pickup truck fulls of road gravel, I guess is what they called it. And we got those put in place and let that settle for just a little bit. And then had to buy 700 2x4s or it felt like 700, to build the frame with. And then Scott will take all of these windows here that I've collected up and some more and put them into the frame that he's built. So all 4 walls up today. That is something to celebrate.
Yeah.
Miss Reagan, it is way too cold out here to be dressed like that. You are gonna freeze, Reagan. So he has to put the roof, I don't know, trusses maybe is what they're called. I'm not 100% sure. And then what will go on the roof is this clear plastic corrugated stuff that is sitting right there next to the windows, so that I'll be able to get sunlight in from the roof as well. This side that has the most windows is, we're going to call it the front, but this is south facing, so that is really prime real estate when it comes to seedlings and starting plants and growing anything. You want southern exposure, which we have, so that was a blessing that we were able to orient it this way. We have a screen door that's going to go on. Well, really it's a storm door, but you can take the windows off or open the windows. And it was really a nice one. We had bought it for the old farmhouse, and then after the remodel it no longer will fit because I think it's only like maybe a 32-inch door instead of a 36-inch. So we're able to repurpose that and put it in the greenhouse. Once all that is up, Scott's gonna build me a sink on one side of the doorway on the outside. He'll build me a table to hold my sink that I recently picked up. And on the other side of the door, he'll build me a potting bench. Then along the front side, way down here, he's gonna put in some cold frames for me. That might not happen right away. That might not even happen this year. But cold frames like what I'm growing the lettuce in on the front porch. And that will allow me to start some actual plants instead of seedlings a little bit earlier than what I normally would be able to do. coming home from our weekly date at the dump. That's my favorite place to go. There's a lot of treasures to be had at the dump. I got my rain barrel for in my greenhouse, and I got 4 planters for in my greenhouse. Nothing makes me happier than getting something for free. Reagan, what do you think of the new greenhouse? You like it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be our girls' clubhouse?
Yeah, but it doesn't have a top yet.
Doesn't have a top yet, that's right.
Who's gonna make it?
Big Dad.
When?
I don't know. Tomorrow, maybe.
Is that an egg?
Why can't you
Be nice to your chickens. Don't you be mean to them.
You want to pet one? Yeah.
Why can't you paint it when it's up?
I can.
Yeah, I'll eat that one. Give me a second.
It's looking so good. This is your assignment for this week. I need you to build that for me.
Ooh. That thing.
You think you can do it?
Do we have wheels?
I'm working on that. These wheels here are from Northern Tool. They're back ordered for over 30 days.
Okay, then do
So
we have...
I'm gonna use some temporary ones. We have this siding in the haymow. It's silver, but we'll use that. I believe I have this hardware cloth already. I need to order all the metal hardware, but there's a list of, let's see here. This is like a cutting sheet and it tells you exactly what to cut where. These are the list of everything that I need to buy. Building materials. Right here. Okay?
Okay.
So anyhow, that's the plan. Okay?
Just me or Dad?
Well, Dad a little bit, but I need you to do most of it because Dad's going to be very busy still working on my greenhouse.
Yeah.
And this is for the ceramics and they want out. Okay? So my plan for the ceramics is to build them this. I think Justin Rhodes looks pretty good on blue paper. And this is the Chickshaw Mini-Me. For anybody that follows Abundant Permaculture or Justin Rhodes, you've seen this design before. Sometimes he scales this up a little bit bigger or changes it slightly for sheep or for meat birds. But it's a tried and true method where one person can move this around daily, open the door, let them all out, shut them up at night to keep them protected. And even though it's small, it can hold a very large amount of birds because they're only in here to roost at night. They're not eating in here, they're not drinking in here. The other thing they'll do in here other than roosting at night is laying eggs. But that is about it. So this plan has everything you need from your list of supplies to a suggested itinerary, what you do on each day, lots and lots of good pictures along the way, a cut sheet so you can make all your cuts ahead of time, links if you open this on the internet so that you can jump right to the site. The only issue I'm running into so far is these tires are 26-inch flat free tires. They are back ordered for over 30 days. You can't get them on Amazon. You can order them from Northern Tool, but they're the one who has them back ordered, and I have not been able to find them anywhere else. The actual Marathon Tire website does not even list them anymore. So I guess I'm probably just gonna order them from Northern Tool, let them sit on back order, and then find something else to use temporarily. Maybe a 26-inch bike tire or something like that. Hang on, you gotta push that board in or something.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, this one, I'm gonna cut that out.
Okay. Can I let go? I'm nervous.
No. Why are you? Can you go close and tighter? Okay, you should be able to let go.
It's so warm in here without the wind, but I have the sun. Wow.